A flood occurred upon the plains, dousing lions' proud domain, and trapping fauna in the mire, lest they flee to ground much higher. And so in trees and up on hills, many creatures found themselves who weren't disposed to get along, for the predators belonged on their own, and as for prey, they required abundant space. The flood rained on, the waters rose, a tentative truce was imposed upon an isle where reasonable beasts thought peace was feasible. Those whose taste was for the meat agreed to consume washed-up beasts, and those who favored vegetables rationed close their victuals. Now, on day 3 of the deluge, a pose arose what threat the truce, for washed ashore a burly yak with a critter on his back. This creature was a scorpion, and on its exoskeleton a stinger bobbed, and as all watched, it poked again the swollen haunch of the yak, whose shallow breath caused the beasts to question if it was fair game he be game fair. Team Veg said no, Team Meat all glared with hungering eyes, and thus much tension descended o'er their instable kingdom. For should the leopards and hyenas slay the yak, that frail patina of peace upon their tiny islet would rupture with the lust for violence. And as the beasts assessed this quandary, Scorpion raised his stinger calmly and said,
"Look here, you fancy beasts. Your truce is but a fantasy. For though you have escaped the flood, you can't escape what's in your blood."
"That may be true," lowed the yak, "but recall your words upon my back, that when a change occurs in nature, we must exchange our stock behavior for what befits our circumstance. So in good faith I took a chance and carried you across the waters. But soon enough your virtue faltered, or else your nature overtook your better judgment." The yak then shook his mighty tail and returned to silence. And to defend their frail alliance, all turned to Scorp to stomp him out, but he appealed to their doubt to give to him another chance, for now he knew what circumstance demanded, and so warily pardon they gave temporarily. Now, on the next day, when they all arose, the yak still humid about the nose, the animals found that one among them had been felled by death most sudden, and so they feasted, and no one thought to contrive over breakfast a murder plot. And the same occurred the next day hence. At night death came, at dawn commenced another feast. The herbivores, pressed by need, munched hors d'oeuvres made of flesh, though guiltily and with stomachs pained by foreign feed. And so it was that by moon's turn, the beavers, leopards, pachyderms, marmots, varmints, ocelots, antelopes, and slow-nerved sloths, and many more on that islet, had died at night, and now was left the scorpion and the burly yak, who had not died nor got health back. Then all at once the flood receded, and they too found that they were seated in a desert. On the horizon, not a puff of cumulus bespied them. "It seems that now I'll die of thirst," spoke the yak, if you don't get me first. The scorpion clacked his claws and sighed.
Why is it all the others' lives took no more than a couple hours to submit to my poison's powers? But you stubborn yak, persist. My neurotoxins you resist.
I do not die, said the yak, not for your deadly poison's lack, but rather curiosity keeps me alive. For I would see if life itself would modify how you act, or if you'd try to change yourself. But now I see you are acting entirely according to your stinger's wicked curve, and if you dulled it, you'd preserve nothing that makes you distinct, and soon enough you'd be extinct.
If that's true, then all I am, spoke the deadly scorpion, is a unique articulation of nature's force, and thus my actions are not mine, but I am theirs, and so I need not shed a tear, for if I changed my agency, then no more a scorpion I'd be.
And the yak breathed deep, as thence the scorp apoked him till he was a corpse.